Welcome into the Fans Only Sports Network, and welcome to NEYT action live on the Fans Only Sports Network. The 401 Elite 9U team taking on Top Gun for our 9 a.m. matchup. Charlie Adams here on play-by-play, and I'm joined by Ashton Allison doing the camera work for this 9U NEYT Action Championship game here. The number 1 seed 401 Elite comes in following a win over Top Gun this season. And you can see the captains out at the midfield for the 401 Elite in the black and orange numbered jerseys. And here comes the captains of the Top Gun team as well. Thank you to everyone here tuned in on the Fans Only Sports Network, joining us for this game action. Proud to bring you this game as captains meeting at the field. This game is brought to you following a tournament between both sides of the 9U bracket here. The 401 Elite took down the Junior Lancers in the quarterfinals and semifinals to get to the championship game here. Starting off at 9 a.m. We have 6 games coming to you live today. This is just the first. We'll follow it up with 10U action, where Top Gun has another team competing, playing against Worcester in that one. You can make sure to tune in for that or watch it on demand. Team's just getting ready, and we'll be back with the opening kickoff here live on the Fans Only Sports Network. Stick around. Welcome back into the Fans Only Sports Network as Top Gun will start with the ball. No opening kickoffs here, just starting at the 35-yard line in 9U football. If you're just joining us, Top Gun wearing the white jerseys, taking on the black jerseys of 401 Elite. Top Gun comes out of the huddle. No receivers out wide. Before they can hike the ball, player has to run off to the sideline. Now, first play underway. It's a low snap, and it's on the ground, now picked up as Top Gun able to advance it a couple yards after a fumble on the play. And Top Gun with an injured player in the backfield. We're going to step aside here on the Fans Only Sports Network. We'll be back after this injury timeout. Welcome back to the Fans Only. Injured player helped off the sideline. And now a run up the right sideline. It will go for a first down as Top Gun's day on offense gets started moving the chains. At the 50-yard line now. Pushing it up. Trying to move forward. It'll go for a gain of about 4 yards. You're watching the NEYT on the Fans Only Sports Network. 401 Elite and Top Gun leading off our day with Top Gun on offense. Have you got the quarterback number? I don't know. So I asked. In the shotgun formation here, it's going to be a quarterback draw and going down after just a gain of a couple yards. 401 Elite with a good stop to force 3rd down and 4 here. A snap and another run heading to the left side, bouncing outside, and it's going to draw a flag on the play as the run goes backwards past the original line marker on first down, and a large loss on the play, but we'll see about the flag here. Penalty declined by the 401 Elite. It was a hold on the offense, and now it's a 4th and long. So a 4th and 8. Right at midfield for Seekonk. On the left side, hash marks. Snap taken, and again, it's going to be a run from the quarterback that won't reach the line to gain, and it's going to be a turnover on downs for the 401 Elite. Great defensive play there from 401 Elite to flip over possession here in our first quarter of action. So the 401 Elite take over possession of the football for the first time here with 7 minutes and 57 seconds to go in the first quarter. Charlie Adams here on play-by-play for your first 3 games of the day before Tim Yeen will check in for your final 3 games of championship action here on Sunday. Hoping to keep the rain out of the forecast today as a handoff to the quarterback is brought up the sideline and pushed forward. It'll be a first down and a big gain as heading out of bounds is number 8 for 401 Elite. Arian Gonzalez with the big gain there for 401. Gonzalez in the shotgun. Man to his right is Dion Brent. As again, it's going to be a long run for the 401 Elite, breaking a tackle and heading his way into the end zone, brushing off the final defender, and the 401 Elite are in with a touchdown. Ramir Williams bounces it outside and heads down the field for 6, and 401 Elite is the first ones to make it on the board. As now with our have an ambulance coming around the track now for the previously injured player on Top Gun. Hope that he is not too badly hurt as he receives medical attention here. 2-point conversion attempt coming up for 401 Elite, who only needed 2 plays to get on the board first. And with that whistle, the 2-point conversion was just made a bit easier as it moves up a yard. Now just a punch in for the Elite here. And the handoff, and Top Gun all over it, preventing the 2-point conversion attempt as Dion Brent couldn't break through to tackle. And it takes it to it leaves it as just a 6-point lead in favor of 401 Elite. We'll return with Top Gun taking over possession, looking to answer back. Welcome back with Top Gun now taking over. There's 6 minutes and 9 seconds left in the first quarter. Our 9 a.m. matchup followed by our 11 a.m. matchup between another one of Top Gun's teams, their Top Gun 10U team, taking on Worcester. Top Gun now lined up to the football. It's going to be a handoff coming across and trying to break a tackle. He's taken down after about a gain of 6 yards on the play. Makai Anderson. And a big play for the 401 Elite defense, getting behind the line of scrimmage to tackle for a loss. And we'll move to third down now. Loss of 4 on the play. It's 3rd and 8. Top Gun lined up back to the line of scrimmage here. On 3rd and 8, another handoff that will be blown up, and another big tackle coming from 401 Elite. Another loss on the play, and now it's 4th and 10. And being all the way backed up in their own end, Top Gun is going to decide to punt here. And in 9U, we don't actually have a punt. We'll just flip fields and head 25 yards past the line of scrimmage. And that puts it on the 40-yard line for 401 Elite to start their next drive. So now a 1st and 10 opportunity for 401 Elite, who lead 6-0. So 401 Elite, it only took them 2 plays to score in their first drive of the game. 2 big rushing plays. We'll see how they start their second drive of the day. Another rush, cutting through the gap and being brought down after a gain of about 5 yards on the play. Better resilience shown from Top Gun on this defensive stretch. Now right around 3 minutes and 20 seconds and counting here. So the 2nd and 5 for the high-powered 401 Elite offense. Snap taken and another run coming here. Trying to get the sideline, a stiff arm as it's pushed out of bounds, but not before the first down is picked up by Ramir Williams. So Ramir Williams moves the chains. And he has 401 Elite set up in Top Gun territory in this first quarter, looking to get back on the board, leading it 6-0. If you're just joining us, Top Gun wearing the white jerseys, taking on the black jerseys of 401 Elite. Thank you to everyone tuned in live or on demand. Snap taken, a roll out, and it'll be held on to as passing the line of scrimmage and now sprinting up the sideline. Here comes Dion Brent to the end zone. A touchdown once again for 401 Elite. Scrambling out of the pocket, Dion Brent goes all the way into the end zone, and Elite are back in the scoring column here in the first quarter. A failed two-point conversion after their first touchdown. Now once again, a two-point conversion is coming up for the 401 Elite. This to make it a 14-0 lead. Coming out with a strong first quarter offensive effort. The snap taken and cutting through, looking for the pylon, and it's going to be no good. Another two-point conversion snuffed out by Top Gun. It makes it still a just 12-0 game within reach for Top Gun, who take over possession here, looking to get on the board before the end of the first quarter. We'll be right back. 1:39 remains in the first when we return. Welcome back. First and 10 for Top Gun. They trail by 2 scores now, and they're needing to get on the board and get some momentum heading into the second quarter. And a handoff to start their drive goes for just about 3 yards, makes it 2nd and 7. Now under a minute to go in the first quarter. And snap taken, roll out to the right. 401 Elite with some good defense, and now a fumble on the play. Ball is loose, flags are down, and there is plenty of commotion here. The face mask against Top Gun is going to be declined, and it looks like the football is going to be headed 401 Elite's way. Or, excuse me, I believe it was a declined face mask penalty. Top Gun will keep possession, and now a timeout is taken by Top Gun here with second down coming up. 33 seconds remains in the first quarter when we return. Welcome back, where it is, in fact, Top Gun football. A little bit confusing, but now that the chains are moved, we know for sure 401 Elite has taken over possession after the fumble. And our first read on the play was correct from our broadcast position here in the booth at Seekonk High School, hosting events all weekend long. As the play got going, a whistle and a flag puts a stop to it before we can get started. 30 seconds to go in the first quarter. A lot of fans turning out here at this early morning action in person at Seekonk High School and here live on the Fans Only Sports Network. As the 1st and 10, we'll do it again with 401 Elite being hounded there in a takedown in the backfield as Alonzo Boyd couldn't get by. And that will run out the clock in the first quarter. And we'll head to the second quarter with 401 Elite in possession of the football on 2nd and 13 when we return. Second quarter action coming up next. Stick around here on the Fans Only Sports Network. Welcome back for the second quarter of action, where we'll resume with a 2nd and 13 for 401 Elite, who took over after a fumble recovery. Going head-to-head with Top Gun. As our second quarter gets off and running with a rollout once again from 401 Elite. And in the backfield, trying to stay alive, a takedown. And it's going to get back to the line of scrimmage, so no loss or gain on the play, but 3rd and 13 here in the second quarter. Another good defensive play from Top Gun, who's started to pick up the pace here in the end of the first and start of the second quarter. Now a timeout's going to be taken on the field with 3rd and long coming up. We'll take a timeout as well. 3rd and 13, our second quarter continues when we return here on the Fans Only Sports Network. Welcome back to the Fans Only Sports Network for 3rd and long following the timeout. Ambulance now leaving Seekonk High School here. As another tackle for loss by Top Gun once again. And after delivering the hit, Bryce Hill is feeling the after effects, but still able to force a 4th and very long here. It's around the 44-yard line or 46-yard line of Top Gun territory. And it looks like 401 Elite will take their try at it. So a 4th and 15 attempt coming up. We'll see if 401 Elite decides to go through the air here maybe. On this 4th and long, dropping back, looking to throw. A wobbler is going to be nearly intercepted, but couldn't be brought in by the defensive back as Lumen Martin can't bring it in. But it goes for a turnover on downs regardless. And Top Gun will take over on the 46-yard line of their own end. So Top Gun takes over possession and has just about half the field to go as they trail by 12 here. You're watching the Fans Only Sports Network. Be sure to check out Fans Only Sports on Instagram and X, formerly known as Twitter, at FO Sports. That's FOSPORTZ, as well as our website, Fans Only Sports. Again, SPORTZ.com. Keep up with all the streaming action live or on demand on multitude of sports at multitudes of different levels. So Top Gun, first snap is going to be blown dead as on the dead play the defensive lineman picked it off, but I mean, it won't matter too much as the whistle blows first. It's going to be a false start against Top Gun and push them back to start their possession here in the second quarter. And an incomplete pass there. 2nd and 15 here. So after the false start penalty, a incomplete pass. Top Gun breaks their huddle. heads to the line for 2nd and long. Starting to see the passing game open up a little for both teams here, as trying to push the pile forward. It's going to be a loss of 1 on the play. So 3rd and 15 in our 2nd quarter. Halftime is approaching here, and our 11 a.m. matchup is the 10U game between Top Gun and the Worcester Cowboys. A shotgun formation here for Top Gun on 3rd and long. Snap taken and sprinting up the middle, looking for open space and pushing past the pack, running down the field all the way for a touchdown, as Top Gun is on the board with a long run from Bryce Hill. Bryce Hill has jump-started the Top Gun offense there with that rushing attempt on 3rd and long. And Top Gun preparing here.
Hey guys, this is the 11U roster.
And the snap and trying to bounce it outside. Forced out of bounds, a flag on the play. I'm going to say he got in. So the 1-point conversion is across for Top Gun here. It's making it 12-7. First score of the game for Top Gun, as Bryce Hill gets the big rush. Twelve to 7. 401 Elite has been getting a little more resistance coming from the Top Gun side, and now Top Gun on the board for the first time here. After our 11 a.m. game, we have a 1 p.m. game between the Worcester Cowboys and CLCF. The face mask penalty on the conversion attempt applied here as 401 Elite starts their possession with a loose football. Luckily for the Elite, they'll remain in possession, but now referees discussing things. Now 2nd and 11 here after the loose football. Time continuing to tick down in our second quarter. And now bouncing outside, a big hit. And that stops the Elite in their tracks there. .401 Elite lined up here with 3rd and 9 coming up. And heading up the field, it's going to be short of the line to gain, but not by much. It looks like a 4th and 2 coming up. There's now under 5 minutes to go in the second quarter. Thank you to everyone tuned in on the Fans Only Sports Network for your NEYT Championship 9U action between the 401 Elite and Top Gun. And on 4th and short in their own end, 401 Elite looks like they're going to line up and take a shot at it in our second quarter here, trying to maintain their lead and taking risks. Before the risk can be taken, a timeout is going to be called. 401 Elite takes a timeout on 4th and short. We'll see if they come back and attempt to get the couple yards left for a first down following their timeout. We'll be right back. 12-7 here, and the Fans Only Sports Network, stick around. 4th down coming up. Welcome back. It's 4th and short, and coming out of the timeout, 401 Elite looks ready to gain these last couple yards. They've had success on the ground for most of their scoring today. Only gone to the air once in a while. And here on 4th and short, low snap, it's loose on the ground, and that might lose everything for 401 Elite, who can't get the snap off, and it turns into a turnover on downs. Top Gun all over it, big mistake for 401 Elite gives Top Gun a chance in the offensive zone to start they're starting their drive here. 1st and 10 with 3 minutes to work with in the Top Gun side of things. And we're just getting started here on Championship Sunday on the Fans Only Sports Network. Game 1 of 6, approaching halftime. Now Top Gun ready to go in our second quarter, taking over possession in a good spot and now bouncing it to the outside. It's once again going to be a long run for Bryce Hill as a flag comes in after the play. Bryce Hill doing it again for Top Gun. Getting it done on the ground, and it will move the chains. And with a late hit out of bounds being added on, Top Gun is right on the doorstep now. It's 1st and goal. First and goal coming up for Top Gun now. Looking to tie and even take the lead as trying to push through. Breaking it through. It's in for a touchdown. Top Gun once again gets into the end zone thanks to Bryce Hill doing it on the ground. They take a 1-point lead as we approach their conversion attempt here in the second quarter. One-point conversion attempt is coming up. So a 1-point conversion coming up for Top Gun. That would put them ahead in this one, but 14-12. And the 401 Elite coaches being very emotional on the sideline there as they get the stop on the conversion attempt. It keeps it 13-12. So 13-12. Top Gun takes their first lead of this morning's action. We'll be right back with 401 Elite taking over the football as they trail by 1. Second quarter continues when we return. Welcome back to the Fans Only Sports Network with just over 3 minutes to go in our first half of action. 401 Elite takes over possession after leading by 12. They now trail by 1. Top Gun making a comeback here. And now it's a timeout taken by 401 Elite. We'll step aside once again. 13-12. The Top Gun are ahead by 1. Welcome back. Off the timeout from 401 Elite. We're ready to resume action in our second quarter. Charlie Adams here on play-by-play as a motion from 401 Elite. Now another low snap and trying to make something out of it. Scooped up off the turf and trying to shed tackles. It will be just about no gain on the play. And we'll head to second down. It's 2nd and 9 now. Again, some motion as 401 Elite now with a wide receiver out wide. That's Jackson Sellers. And Sellers going out for the pass as 401 Elite with the handoff run play up the far sideline. And will gain about 5 on the play. And the Elite player a little slow to get up after the collision. Our second quarter will have an injury timeout here with 1:34 to go. When we return to action, it'll be 3rd and 5 on the play. Players taking a knee here. The Elite player being Dion Brent, being helped back to the sideline by his coaching staff. Hopefully he's able to make a recovery and return to this game here as we approach halftime in just 1 minute and 34 seconds. It's 13-12. 401 Elite. Man under center as it's pushed forward for another short gain. Top Gun's defense has seriously taken steps to success in this second quarter. And we're now under 1 minute to go. 4th and just about a yard. So a 4th and 1, and with time winding down in the first half. It looks like 401 Elite will once again go for it in their own end. Looking for a big play on Championship Sunday as time continues to tick down. Under 15 seconds to go and the snap taken. A rollout to the right, but plenty of Top Gun defenders and another broken tackle, but way behind the line of scrimmage before being brought down for a loss. The second quarter runs out here, and we'll head to halftime with the score 13-12. Top Gun with a great second quarter to take the lead by 1. We'll be back for second half action in this 9U NEYT football championship game here live on the Fans Only Sports Network. Welcome back for second half action here on the Fans Only Sports Network. Top Gun leads by 1. Charlie Adams here, joined by Ashton Allison, doing the camera work here. Thank you to everyone tuned in who stuck around through halftime and everyone tuned in on demand. And our second half starts off with a dead play as an immediate whistle, along with a penalty on the play. An illegal shift makes it a 1st and 15. Now a rollout. Grabbing onto the ankle and holding on as the 401 Elite just about gets it back to the original line of scrimmage. Makes it 2nd and 13. So on 2nd and 13, 401 Elite will grab a low snap once again. And now 3rd and 14. They lost a couple there. Four oh one Elite has had some difficulty snapping the football today. Little Conweezy here in the 3rd quarter.
Since it's not close to the first down, then it's like, we'll give them
The snap taken. Pushed forward. Getting back to the line again. And it'll be about a 4th and 10. Excuse me, getting back to the line of scrimmage. And players taking a knee here. As another 401 Elite player needing some assistance off the field. It'll be 4th and 10 coming up. 401 Elite's been willing to go for it plenty.
Feels strange calling that a punt. You know?
Yep.
There's something better than a walk-off. It does.
And 401 Elite has chosen to punt it away, and now it's going to be 1st and 10 for Top Gun. And they'll start at the 40-yard line of their own end. And again, it's Bryce Hill pushing the ball forward. And they'll go for a gain of about 7. Under 8 minutes to go in our third quarter. Top Gun is looking to put a controlling lead here as they quickly break their huddle. And again, direct snap to Hill. Flag on the play. Is going down after a gain of a few. And that's a big penalty going against Top Gun as they'll fall back now from 2nd and 4 to 2nd and 14. Now Top Gun. A snap and a handoff as a new look for Top Gun as they move it up the far sideline for a gain of a few. Make it 6 yards and it'll be 3rd and 8. So 3rd and 8. Top Gun in their huddle as the 401 Elite defense awaits them. And the snap taken, a rollout to the right, heading up the sideline. It'll be just short of the first down marker. The first down marker waiting at midfield. And the ball's going to stop at the 48, so 4th and 2 coming up. So a 4th and 2 is very achievable here. Let's see if Top Gun wants to continue to apply the pressure. And go for it. On 4th down, it looks like they will. Midfield. Not giving much of their own territory if they can't pick it up. And before we can get the play going, a flag is down. Now a more difficult decision after the penalty there makes it 4th and 7. And a takedown on 4th down from 401 Elite as Hill couldn't bounce it outside, and a turnover on downs. The risk does not pay off for Top Gun. So 401 Elite, who still trail by 1, get the ball in Top Gun territory to start their drive. And 401 Elite is working quickly now. After a gain of 4, it's 2nd and 6, and they're right back to the line of scrimmage. A rollout towards the near sideline and being stopped up before the line to gain. Stays in bounds. The clock continues to run in the third quarter, approaching the 3-minute mark with a loss on the play. 3rd and 9. Mm-hmm. So 401 Elite on now 3rd and 9. Taking the snap and trying to bounce outside once again. Ramir Williams not able to get much, but he's still going. Pushing forward and stays in bounds once again and makes it a 4th and 5 here. So 4th and 5 with under 2 minutes to go. And now trying to keep the offensive drive alive. 401 Elite will go for it here on Top Gun's 35-yard line. Pushing forward, breaking through, and being taken down at the 20-yard line, but not before gaining the first down on the 4th down conversion. .401 Elite is cruising here.
We'll have 3 injuries and a flag.
It's 1st and 10. Just outside of the red zone for 401. Another bounce outside from Ramir Williams behind the line of scrimmage and now being taken down. It makes it 2nd and 12. And the 2nd and 12 will be played in the 4th quarter as time runs out in our 3rd. We'll head to our final quarter of action with Top Gun leading by 1, but 401 Elite on the doorstep of jumping ahead. We'll be right back. Welcome back in for fourth quarter action. 12 minutes loaded back up onto the clock. As it's 2nd and 12 for 401 in the outskirts of the red zone. A pile pushing run will gain a couple. It looks like now 2nd and 9, or 3rd and 9, excuse me. Now 401 Elite on 3rd down. Still work to do. They want to keep this drive alive. They already have a fourth down conversion on this drive, and it would be nice to avoid having to make another one, as bursting up the sideline and pushing forward into the red zone. 401 Elite now just yards away. And it's good enough to move the chains here. It's going to be 1st down. And Top Gun's going to take a timeout here on 1st and 10 here in the 4th quarter. Top Gun uses their first timeout of the 2nd half. They lead by 1 point and need a big defensive stop when we return. Welcome back in. Fans Only Sports Network. 4th quarter action, as this game is as close as it can get. 13-12, a 1-point game. As a snap taken by Williams. And Williams pushing forward, a good cut. That will push him just yards away now. Right on the doorstep of taking the lead for the Elite. And now second and 2 here with the Elite lined up on the right hash marks. It's going to be another run and a trip up after a short gain. It's enough for the 1st down, so now 1st and goal. And now the Elite have some time. And 401 Elite's going to take a timeout here, talking things over on the goal line. We'll be back with the score of 13-12 in favor of Top Gun, but it might not be for much longer. We'll be right back. Welcome back after the timeout. 401 Elite is just steps away. Elite taking the snap, rolling out, looking for the pylon and diving forward. It's going to be left just an inch short. The clouds are looking a little bit ominous here in Seekonk. Second and short. And flags on the play. And with that penalty, their second and goal drops back to a 6 yards to gain. And now a fumble on the play as things go from bad to worse. Fumble recovered by the 401 Elite, but not before they drop back all the way to the 15-yard line. And now after two plays not going the Elite way, a timeout's going to be taken, and 401 Elite looking to salvage what looked like a easy scoring opportunity. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Fourth quarter continues after the timeout with 8 minutes and 17 seconds to go. A third down and 15. And bouncing outside, it looks like off the timeout, the Elite are going to stay on their feet, jumping into the end zone, and Ramir Williams able to get the job done and has the 401 Elite sideline fired up as they take over the lead for the first time since the first quarter. With the touchdown from Ramir Williams, 401 Elite leads 18-13. There's an injury on the field from a Top Gun defender. Players taking a knee after an exciting third and long run. The Top Gun player still being tended to as Top Gun plays again in our 11 a.m. matchup. They'll take on the Worcester Cowboys in that one. As the exciting championship Sunday action continues here from Seekonk High School, live on the Fans Only Sports Network. Top Gun Elite again looking for 2 points here. That would give them 20 points. They've tried twice already and failed twice on their 2-point conversions. If they went for 1-point conversions and made both of them, they would have already been leading 14-13 at this point. But they'll once again line up for the 2-point conversion, and it's a bad snap and a quick tackle from Top Gun that keeps it 18-13. Top Gun takes over the football when we return as 401 Elite jumps ahead by 5. We'll be right back with Top Gun football as our fourth quarter rolls on in this 9U NEYT football championship action. Welcome back with Top Gun taking over the football after losing their lead that they picked up in the second quarter. And Top Gun starts their offensive drive here in the fourth quarter with a first down, quickly moving the chains and staying in bounds. And with a first down, Top Gun huddling up here, approaching midfield. And at their own 46-yard line, as the fans and sidelines both getting involved here, trying to root for the 401 Elite as they get a tackle for loss there in the backfield, driving them down for a loss of 1 on the play. It's 2nd and 11 and an injury timeout here. Player clutching their leg. Could be a big loss for Top Gun heading to the sideline. Just under 7 minutes to go in the fourth. Hear the crowd making themselves heard. The 401 Elite fan base out in front of our broadcast position with Top Gun on the far side. Nearly a home game for 401 Elite here just down the road in Seekonk. As another drive up the field and another player hurt here. And it'll be another injury timeout. But a first down picked up by Top Gun as the clock stops with 6:06 to go. We'll step aside for this injury and continue our fourth quarter coverage when we return here on the Fans Only Sports Network. 401 Elite leads 18-13. Welcome back after the injury timeout. Still being dealt with on the sideline, but the first down snap is going to be taken by Hill, spinning off a tackle, not before he gains a first down. Chains moving again for Top Gun here. Touchdown would put them ahead by 1, and then anything on the conversion attempt is extra. As Bryce Hill gets this play from the sideline, we'll enter back into the huddle with a first down on the way from the 32-yard line in 401 Elite territory. Thank you to everyone tuned in on the Fans Only Sports Network. Charlie Adams here as 401 Elite line up on defense. And a flag is on the play. The false start going against Top Gun. Now it's going to be 1st and 15. It's a big penalty that could stifle the Top Gun offense. Still have plenty of downs to work with, though, as they line up now. Bouncing outside, Hill heads towards the sideline. He'll stay in and be pushed out, but not before. A good gain on the play. Another good rush from Bryce Hill. Pushed out to the sideline where the clock will stop. 3:53 to go. As 401 Elite will use their final timeout of the 4th quarter, with Top Gun having a 2nd and 7 when we return. It's 18-13, 401 Elite leads by 5. Welcome back here. 2nd and 7 following 401 Elite's final timeout. The rain is picking up, I think, here. Fans employing umbrellas outside. A sideline warning was given to Top Gun there as a push up the field towards the line to gain and might have fallen just a bit short. So 3rd and 1. Top Gun huddled up as the rain coming down here at Seekonk High School. And off the snap, a push forward, and that's all it needed to get the first down. Inch by inch, Top Gun moves up the field and is burning clock here. And an injury timeout to a Top Gun player who's back up now and headed to the sideline. Had some injury scares throughout the day today. In our first of 6 games scheduled to take place here at Seekonk High School. I'll have you covered for this game as well as our 11 a.m. and 1 p.m. game before my colleague Tim Yeen comes here and will bring you home the rest of the way for your final 3 games here on Championship Sunday. Pushing across and being taken down around the 10-yard line. Another good run from Top Gun. Just short of the first down marker. But Top Gun continues to let this clock wind down. No more timeouts left for 401 Elite. It's a minute and 30 seconds left, and Top Gun is just yards away from a first down that might ice this game entirely. But now, looking to go down for a tackle for loss. There's a flag on the play. I won't be surprised if we see a face mask, but now a swell of defenders coming in for 401 Elite to finally put the play to rest. Here's some fans agreeing that it was a face mask. We'll see as the referees getting together here. Referees are still talking things over. And now we'll see. It will be a face mask. And a face mask against 401 Elite. And 401 Elite fans were not too pleased by that call, and now a flag on the play before the snap. 401 Elite sideline warning. And it's still 2nd and 4 as the snap is off and Hill has it. Bryce Hill takes a huge collision into the sideline. A massive hit after gaining the first down. Bryce Hill absorbing the contact as he moves the chains for 1st and goal. Top Gun will take a timeout. They have 9 yards towards the end zone here on 1st and goal with 45 seconds left to go in the 4th quarter. We'll be right back with your final seconds here from Seekonk High School, our opening matchup between the 401 Elite and Top Gun, finishing up when we return. Welcome back. First and goal. And a flag on the play. It's going to be a false start against Top Gun coming right out of their timeout. That is a huge mistake. And now their first and goal within the 10 is at the 14-yard line. First and 14, and Top Gun just made their jobs much more difficult here, as this game's coming down to the final moments. Pushing to the sideline, cutting back now, and being wrapped up in bounds. That might require a timeout to be used, and that's exactly what Top Gun will do. They use the timeout here. With 31 seconds, Top Gun takes their final timeout, but they get it a little closer to the end zone with that run. They're back within 10 yards at the 9-yard line. So 2nd and 9 when we return off the timeout from Top Gun. Welcome back as Top Gun gets back to the line. A chance to win here with under a minute to go. No timeouts left. Top Gun is going to have to hurry. 31 seconds. They trail by 5 as the snap taken. Top Gun's going to go through the air here to the back of the end zone where it's incomplete. Good idea to go with the pass, and you might as well. You need a touchdown, and you might not be able to run 2 plays if you try to get it on the ground here. Now 3rd and 9. Or 3rd and goal. Top Gun is lined back up here. The snap taken and a flag on the play. 401 Elite sideline celebrating as another false start going against Top Gun. So that 3rd and 9 is back to a 3rd and 14. The final moments of the 4th quarter. Top Gun has not made it easy on themselves with another false start here within the goal line here. They'll remain in the red zone but have 14 yards until the end zone. Snap taken. Has some blockers breaking a tackle and now reversing course. Hill with a chance the other way as another stiff arm. Now getting up the sideline. He's in. Kicking the pylon. Did he make it? A touchdown for Top Gun as 8.5 seconds remains on the clock. Top Gun has taken the lead. Bryce Hill goes from one side of the field to the other, reversing course, having blockers along with him as he brings home the touchdown that Top Gun needed to put them in front 19-18. Some last second drama here as Top Gun goes ahead by 1, and now with their conversion attempt coming up, they're going to take a 1-point conversion at the 3-yard line. As the 401 Elite sideline has been drained of all their energy that they just had moments ago. A last-second touchdown score from Bryce Hill. And now on the 1-point conversion, it's going to be brought home, and that'll give the 20th point of the day for Top Gun. They lead by 2 with just 8.5 seconds for 401 Elite to make something happen. Eight and a half seconds is all that's left for 401 Elite. No timeouts. They'll have to make do with what they have here, as they have just about 1 play to go. Top Gun has put on a great performance, a great comeback here. They trailed 12-0, and then in the final moments, down 5, they get the score they need. So at the 35-yard line, plenty of distance to cover. They've had some big plays before, and they need one right now. It's going to take a miracle here. The 401 Elite, before they can get going, a flag on the play. A legal substitution being called, as that's going to make 401 Elite's job even harder. They'll fall back 5 yards. 1st and 15 from the 30-yard line. They need 70 yards now to make this comeback here, as the snap taken. And Ramir Williams loses the football. It's recovered by Top Gun, and that will do it. Top Gun exhilarated on the sideline as they bring home an exciting 20-18 victory in our 9U NEYT football championship here live on the Fans Only Sports Network. Bryce Hill, the hero here, with a couple rushing touchdowns and the final rushing touchdown that gave them the lead. Top Gun played a great game, and we'll see if their fellow Top Gun team, their 10U program, can do the same. Coming up next on the Fans Only Sports Network for an 11 p.m. start time. We hope to see you join us for that one, starting up in just a few moments. Their team already warming up on the sideline, along with the Worcester Cowboys. We'll see you then for that one, but for now, for this 9U action, we'll say goodbye. 20-18, your final. Top Gun takes it in the final moments. Have a great rest of your night, folks. We hope to see you tuning in to the Fans Only Sports Network sometime soon. On behalf of myself, Charlie Adams, and cameraman Ashton Allison, we'll see you next time here live on the Fans Only Sports Network.